In the ever-evolving world of smartphones, one of the most exciting developments on the horizon is the rumored iPhone 17 Air. Apple's newest addition to the iPhone lineup is expected to push the boundaries of design with a focus on extreme thinness. According to renowned industry insider Ming-Chi Kuo, this ultra-thin device might just become the slimmest iPhone Apple has ever made, surpassing even the iPhone 6, which currently holds the title. Let's dive into what makes the iPhone 17 Air so intriguing. Recently, rumors began circulating that the iPhone 17 Air would have a thickness of just 6.25mm. For reference, the iPhone 6, which is still regarded as one of the slimmest iPhones to date, measures 6.9mm thick. The iPhone 17 Air would already have a slim profile compared to the iPhone 6, but according to Kuo, the device could actually be even thinner. He reveals in a post on Medium that the thinnest part of the iPhone 17 Air could be as thin as 5.5mm. To put this into perspective, this would bring the iPhone 17 Air into the territory of Apple's 13-inch M4 iPad Pro, which measures 5.1mm thick. If the rumors hold true, this would make the iPhone 17 Air the slimmest iPhone ever produced, marking a significant step forward in Apple's design philosophy. Now, it's worth mentioning that Kuo made sure to add a bit of context to this information, stating that the 5.5mm thickness would only apply to the thinnest part of the device. This suggests that the overall design may feature some variation in thickness with certain areas like the camera bump, potentially adding a bit more bulk. Still, even with that in mind, a 5.5mm profile would be an impressive achievement, considering the challenges of incorporating modern smartphone components into such a slim frame. When it comes to iPhone design, Apple tends to favor simplicity. One of the main protrusions in modern iPhones is the camera bump, and it's expected that the iPhone 17 Air will follow this pattern. This design element likely means that the thinnest part of the iPhone will be the body, excluding the camera. The lack of physical buttons and the move toward eSIM technology, which Kuo also mentions, further supports the idea of an ultra-thin, streamlined design. However, it's important to remember that this is all based on rumors, and Apple could surprise us with a different approach. While it's not confirmed, there's speculation that Apple might implement a tapered design, similar to what we saw with the classic MacBook Air. This would mean the edges of the iPhone 17 Air might be even thinner than the center, which would potentially add to the phone's sleekness. As the iPhone 17 Air is expected to be incredibly thin, Kuo predicts that it will be eSIM-only. For those unfamiliar with eSIM, it's a digital SIM card that allows users to activate a cellular plan without needing a physical SIM card. This transition to eSIM-only models is not entirely new. A wave of competition focused on slim chick designs, with other manufacturers likely following suit. The iPhone 17 Air is shaping up to be a significant step forward in Apple's design evolution. With its rumored ultra-thin profile, eSIM-only capabilities, and potential to replace the iPhone Plus, the iPhone 17 Air could be a game-changer in the smartphone market. While we'll have to wait until 2025 for the official reveal, the excitement surrounding the iPhone 17 Air is palpable. Stay tuned for more updates. Galaxy S24 Ultra. Both of these phones push the boundaries of mobile technology, offering cutting-edge features and exceptional performance. But which one takes the crown as the best big phone of 2024? Let's dive in and compare them side by side. Design. Starting with the design, both phones have distinct looks that reflect their brand identities. The iPhone 16 Pro Max stays true to Apple's iconic rectangular shape with flat sides and soft corners. This year, it features an even slimmer bezel, allowing for a larger 6.9-inch display. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra, on the other hand, keeps its sleek, curved edges and integrates the ever-popular S Pen, a feature unique to Samsung's Ultra series. Size-wise, the differences are minimal. The iPhone 16 Pro Max measures 163mm at 77.6mm, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra is slightly shorter, but a bit wider at 162.3mm x 79mm. That extra width allows room for the S Pen, which gives Samsung an edge in productivity. Apple, however, introduces something new this year, the camera control button, a capacitive touch key that allows for zooming and other camera controls with a swipe. When it comes to color options, Apple sticks with its sophisticated muted tones, white, black, natural, and the new Desert Titanium. Samsung goes for more variety with options like Titanium Violet and Yellow. And for those ordering through Samsung's website, you get access to exclusive colors like Titanium Blue and Green. Display. Now, onto the display. Both phones deliver top-tier screen technology. The iPhone 16 Pro Max boasts a 6.9-inch OLED display with a buttery smooth 120Hz refresh rate. As with the iPhone 15 Pro series, you also get the always-on display feature, which lowers the refresh rate to just 1 Hz when the phone is idle. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra isn't far behind with its stunning 6.8-inch AMOLED display that also supports 120 Hz refresh rates and an always-on feature. One advantage Samsung brings is an anti-reflective coating, making outdoor visibility much easier in bright sunlight, something the iPhone lacks. Both displays are breathtakingly vibrant, but there are subtle differences in color. The iPhone 16 Pro Max tends to lean towards warmer yellowish tones, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra has a cooler, more tealish hue. A standout feature for the iPhone 16 Pro Max is its ability to drop its brightness to just 1 nit for easier nighttime viewing, great for late-night scrolling. Performance. Now let's talk about what's under the hood. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is powered by Apple's latest A18 Pro chip, built on a second-generation 3nm process. This makes it incredibly efficient, with significant improvements in heat dissipation and sustained performance compared to its predecessor, the A17 Pro chip. Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra is no slouch either. It runs on the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chip, custom-tuned for Galaxy devices. While the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 performs well, especially in gaming and graphics-intensive tasks, it tends to throttle a bit sooner than Apple's A18 Pro under extreme stress. In benchmark tests, the iPhone 16 Pro Max leads in CPU performance, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra takes the edge in 3D graphics, scoring slightly higher in peak performance. However, Apple's new chip excels in long-term sustained performance, so if you're planning on pushing your phone to its limits, the iPhone may have a slight edge. Camera next. Let's discuss one of the most critical aspects of any flagship phone, the cameras. The iPhone 16 Pro Max features a 48-megapixel main sensor paired with a new 48-megapixel ultra-wide sensor and a 12-megapixel telephoto lens with 5x optical zoom. Apple has also introduced a new lens coating to minimize lens flare, addressing a common complaint in previous models. On the flip side, Samsung's Galaxy S24 Ultra brings its camera game with a 200-megapixel main camera, a 50-megapixel zoom lens, a 10-megapixel telephoto camera with 3x zoom, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide sensor. Samsung has packed in more megapixels, but remember, megapixels aren't everything. The iPhone tends to produce more natural-looking photos, whereas the Galaxy S24 Ultra sometimes leans into oversaturation, delivering more vibrant images. In low-light photography, both phones perform exceptionally well, but Samsung's larger sensor can capture more detail in some scenarios. For video, the iPhone takes the crown with its 4K recording at 120 frames per second, ideal for capturing stunning slow-motion footage. While Samsung's camera app offers tons of customization, Apple's new camera control button provides a more intuitive experience for videographers. Battery life and charging. In terms of battery life, the iPhone 16 Pro Max packs a 4,685 mAh battery, while the Galaxy S24 Ultra edges it out with a 5,000 mAh battery. Both phones are more than capable of lasting through a day of heavy use, but Samsung's slightly larger battery may give it a slight advantage. When it comes to charging, Samsung takes the lead. The Galaxy S24 Ultra supports 45-watt wired charging compared to the iPhone's 20-watt charging speed. Samsung also has reverse wireless charging, which allows you to charge other devices like earbuds on the back of your phone, something Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max doesn't offer. Software. Lastly, let's compare software. Both iOS and One UI are polished, mature operating systems, but they offer different user experiences. The iPhone 16 Pro Max is a fantastic choice. But if you're looking for more customization options, better charging speeds, and love the idea of an S Pen, Galaxy S24 Ultra might be the perfect phone for you. Ultimately, both of these phones are top-tier devices with a ton to offer. Whichever one you choose, you're getting a powerful, feature-packed smartphone that will keep you ahead of the curve in 2024.